I'm going to show you how you can easily achieve that dreamy and cinematic look to your footage using bloom and halation in Adobe Premiere Pro 2023. Let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to make sure you've done is that you've already color graded your footage that you're wanting to achieve this look on. And once you're happy with the color and the grade, then we can go ahead and apply the effect. The first thing that we'll do is we'll apply the bloom effect. And how we do that is that we're going to duplicate our footage. And how you do that is you hold Alt on your keyboard and just drag up to duplicate. And on that duplicated layer, we're going to go over to Effects and type in Luma key. Drag Luma key over onto that layer and then search for Gaussian blur. And then also drag that onto your second layer as well. Then under Effect Controls, you're going to scroll down to Luma key. And under Threshold, you can take that down to about 85 and the cutoff, say, down to about 82. Then under Gaussian blur, under blurriness, we're going to change that to about 80. Let's see what that looks like. So we can already see that we're getting a bit of that bloom effect. If I were to toggle this layer on and off, you can see what I'm talking about. So there's just a slight bloominess there. Obviously, you can change the intensity of these parameters here depending on what looks good to you, but I'm actually quite happy with that look off the bat. Looks pretty cool. It's subtle and looks cool. Then we're going to add the halation to it. And how we do that is that we are going to put an adjustment layer on top of these two layers. So you go and create an adjustment layer and then just drag that on top. And then go over to Effects and search for Channel Blur. And then drag your Channel Blur onto the adjustment layer. And then from here, you're going to go to Effect Controls. And the only setting under Channel Blur that we're going to change is the red blurriness. So to start things off with, let's start with 80 and see what it does. Might take a second to kick in. Alright, so off the bat, it actually looks pretty good to me. I would probably bring it down just a smidge because the red is a little bit intense. So let's maybe bring that down to, say, 50 and see what that looks like. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to quickly render this just so we can get it looking smooth. The only reason I'm doing that is because this is a very high resolution image. It's a 6K clip, so it's a little bit resource intensive, so it won't be as smooth when I'm trying to preview it. So let me just quickly do that. Alright, now that that has been rendered, we can just scroll through our clip here, nice and smooth, and have a good look at the effects that we've applied. So this actually looks pretty good to me. I'm really liking the way that this looks. So if I were to undo the two layers, then you will be able to see exactly what layer is doing what. So let's remove the adjustment layer. You can see that kind of a halation red tint is gone, and then the bloom effect as well if I were to hide that later, and then that is just our base layer. So bloom on, halation on, looks pretty good. So let's just play it through and I'll take it off. On, and you can see we've now achieved quite a nice looking little cinematic-y, dreamy look. Now, obviously this is like the very base level of achieving this dreamy cinematic look. You can take it much further by adding certain graying textures and adjusting the lighting a little bit more in your grade and so forth. But if you're wanting to achieve a quick and easy look, then this is the way to do it. I hope that this was helpful, and check you in the next one. Cheers.